What up? Welcome back to the Film School Diaries. Now, I haven't posted on this series for a long time, like 3 months. Uh, I've made 2 videos. This is the third one. I started film school about 4 months ago, and I started making these videos to kind of document my classes and my journey through film school. But I only ever made 2 of them, and now it's 4 months later. So, what has happened since then? Well, a lot. I made my first project for school. There's 3 projects in total. Number 1 being the non-dialogue 5-minute short film. Number 2 being a 5-minute dialogue short film. And then number 3 being your thesis project, which can be pretty much anything you want to do. So I did finish the non-dialogue 2 months ago about. That is up on this channel. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's okay. I like it. I think it's good. Hopefully you enjoy it too. Other than that, I've learned a lot about cameras and whatnot. Cameras, lighting, sound, the whole shebang. Everything that goes into the production of making a movie. Just recently, very recently actually, yesterday I started filming my dialogue short film, and today I wrapped up filming of that. It was supposed to be a 3-day shoot, so we were also going to be shooting tomorrow, but yesterday we got way more done than I thought we would, and today we were able to wrap up filming. So that's pretty nice. That gives me a bit of editing to do of that short film. I don't know how long it'll be, probably 5 to 7 minutes, like my non-dialogue. And it should be a fun project, and hopefully it turns out good. Yeah, other than that, last week, my classes, on Monday, I had sound and editing. For those classes are taught by the same teacher, so they kind of combined into the same type of thing. Last week, we were doing a lab where we were working with lapel mics. And those are basically, if you watch a lot of TikToks, you'll see TikTokers have these little like square microphones they'll have on their shirts, or if they're wearing a hat, they'll have it hooked onto the brim of it. That's what a lapel is. If you've done any theater acting, there's a chance that you've had a microphone on stage. This is where I first got kind of introduced to them. Basically, a lapel mic, you have like a pack, and that has like a transmitter that transmits to your audio mixer device. And then that pack, you usually have it on your belt, and you run a wire up through your shirt to like here, and you tape it and try and hide it, and it picks up your actor's audio and transmits it to the recording device. They're really useful if there's just nowhere for you to hide the boom mic, or no way for you to fly in the boom pole anyway. And yeah, we did a exercise on that and just trying to hide them and improvising some lines of dialogue. And yeah, last week, Tuesday, I had my directing class, which is 4 hours long. But last week, we had a little bit of a lecture at the start of the class, and then I had my actors for my dialogue project that I just wrapped up filming. Last week, I had them come in on Tuesday, and we did a read-through of my script. And yeah, and then other than that, after that, it didn't take the full 4 hours. After that, I worked on my pre-production Bible, which is all the pre-production paperwork that I had to complete in order to get greenlit and be able to make my project today and yesterday. Then on Wednesday, first class in the morning on Wednesday is screenwriting 2 I had. And in that class, we started working on our thesis projects. Basically, our teacher just had us come up with the opening of our scripts. For my thesis project, I'm going to write a feature-length script, and then I will sit down and look at it with my teacher, and we will try and pick out a part that we can film that's relatively 10 minutes long. We can film that and kind of use that as a proof of concept to show to investors. So, I can be like, here, look at this 10-minute clip. If you like that, there's also a feature-length script to go along with it. Give me money so I can make it. Not get a lot of that done, though, however, because I honestly don't remember. But I got about 1.5 pages of it done, and I just turned that in because he told us to just turn on whatever we had done by Friday night. And yeah, that will be an interesting project to do. Now that I'm done with my dialogue, I just have to edit that, and then I have until the end of March to work on my thesis. So I'll try and get a rough draft of the first act of that feature-length script. So about 30 pages I'll get done. Second class on Wednesday was cinematography. Our cinematography teacher had us look at a few different clips from different movies and whatnot, and looking at the different lenses that directors choose for them, and just looking at what effects they give to lighting flares. Then we went and did a little lab, and we set up the camera with some lights in the background and a person sitting in a chair, and we just put on different lenses, shined a light into the lens, and see how the how the lens flares differently. So that was a fun little thing to do. Thursday is lighting for film. That's the class I have. First half of that class, we did a color temperature lecture. So our teacher taught us about different color temperatures, like with LED lights, and like 35 Kelvin or 3200 Kelvin. And basically that makes, depending on what range it is, it makes the light color cooler or warmer. Warmer being more like sunlight-ish, and then cooler being more like tungsten lights, like those, or this lamp I have over here. Then for that class, he also talked to us about his days back on Law and Order, working on that show for 10 years he did. And he just told us some stories and whatnot about that. He's always got great stories to tell. Then we also did a lighting demo in that class. He pulled out a big arc light. I don't know the specifics of it. It was an arc light. It was a big light. Like, I don't know. I don't have anything in this room to describe it, but very big light, and it has like this power bank that you plug it into, and like you flip 10 switches to turn it on, and then it takes like a minute or two to like power up and charge up, and then the light like turns on, but it's dim, and then it like starts to charge up more, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Basically that light was like that scene from Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, with Dr. Octopus, where he's like, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. except it was not in the palm of his hand. It's a very, very big light. Outside of school, my older brother, he went to the same school that I go to now. He went there about 2 years ago, so he works in the industry already. He works at an animal shelter and does a bit of freelance on the side, a lot of wedding photography or videography. And he booked a wedding later in June, and I'm going to help him with that, be his second shooter on that. And it should be a fun gig to do. Yeah, we're going to be doing some videography for that, and that'll be fun. I really want to make these videos more periodically, like every week, more so, just talking about what I did in my classes for the week and just other miscellaneous stuff. Just talking about like what I learned and what I'm doing in the world of film, and yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment. Leave a comment of what your favorite color is. Me personally, I'd have to say yellow or purple. I like purple. Yeah. Let me know what your favorite color is down below. See you next week, hopefully.